Imagine a soldier of any country suddenly disappearing into thin air, carrying all important information with them. This is what happened in 1983 when a worker was assigned a task, but he never returned. Hello and welcome to our channel Mystery Amuse. Discover your inner detective. From puzzles to unexplained events, we'll bring you the mysteries that need solving every day. In July 1983, William Howard Hughes Jr. was assigned to work on a project in the Netherlands, and on August 1 he was given instructions to report back to base. But he never reported back. This is the strange true story of William Howard Hughes Jr.'s disappearance, and it will blow your mind. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. William Howard Hughes Jr. Career. William Howard Hughes Jr. had a successful career in the United States Air Force throughout the 1980s. He had spent most of his entire life working for the organization, and by the time he was in his early 30s, he had already earned the rank of captain and was well on his way to a successful military career. In July of 1983, he was tasked with carrying out his duties in relation to a project that was located in the Netherlands. The order to report back to base was handed to him on August 1 of that same year. Hughes' disappearance. However, following his vacation to the Netherlands, he did not return to Kirtland to report his assignment at the beginning of August. Hughes had simply vanished into thin air, taking all of his knowledge of critical and confidential information with him. Immediately, the Air Force began their investigation into the matter. After 10 days after his disappearance, he was officially classified as missing and unaccounted for at that point. The authorities stumbled onto a potential lead while investigating the disappearance of Hughes. The Albuquerque police discovered that he had used several different ATMs across the city. Withdrawing large amounts of cash, Hughes withdrew almost $28,000 from 19 different ATMs around town. His car was also located at the local airport. Eventually, the authorities concluded that he was trying to escape something. From the beginning, the story of Hughes's disappearance dominated the headlines, the reason behind American government taking actions. During this time, tensions between the United States and Russia were quite high. The disappearance of Hughes, who had classified knowledge of weapon systems, posed a threat to national security. There was a serious risk that the United States and Russia could have gone to nuclear war. This is why when Hughes disappeared without a trace, the American government acted. They began to look into whether or not Hughes had colluded with the Soviets. When asked if a captain may defect to Russia with state secrets, one senior Air Force officer told a newspaper reporter that has to be an option. As winter set in, Hughes still had yet to show up. It wasn't until December 9, 1983, that the Air Force officially labeled him a deserter. Hughes' loved ones speak up. Widespread media attention to his abduction started in January 1984. The image of Hughes appeared in a number of news articles. The Air Force did, in fact, do this. They shared his identification information with police agencies around the country. Hughes' family has broken their silence in months since his disappearance. "That's just not like the Bill we knew," added sister Christine in shock. Family members, friends, and colleagues of Hughes were interviewed by Air Force personnel. But the investigation turned up nothing useful. The Cold War finally ended. With the end of the Cold War and the passage of time, concerns regarding Hughes' whereabouts diminished. Russian threat decreased as the decade came to a close. U.S. authorities ceased openly worrying about the leak of some missile secrets when they stopped publicly stressing about Russian spies and double agents. Hughes received comparably less focus as a result. According to Escade, the press completely ignored William Howard Hughes from 1987 until 2017. Despite this, the Air Force continued to look for him, and in 2018, in the strangest of ways, they were reunited with the man who had disappeared so mysteriously very long ago. A suspicious man. In June 2018, investigators from the U.S. Department of State visited Daly City, California. Discrepancies in a local man's passport led to his interrogation, and they could not verify the man's claim that his name was Barry Timothy O'Byrne. When questioned by authorities, he admitted that his real name was actually William Howard Hughes. Hughes finally came clean about his 1983 escape from the Air Force after decades of concealment. He was depressed about his career, and he told the agency, To begin anew, he packed up his belongings and moved to California. It took him 35 years, but he managed to escape from everyone. He even married a local girl who has been extremely successful as a couple ever since. Passport issues forced him to reveal his secret life unexpectedly. The ex-captain was brought into custody without incident after being apprehended by the authorities. Travis Air Force Base in Fairfield, California, is where Hughes was taken after his arrest. There he was questioned by detectives about his background and work history. To be clear, he said he wasn't a spy, and he reiterated his prior claims about depression in the Air Force. During his time as captain, he was subjected to secret missile programs and threats from the Soviet Union. The military nonetheless continued to pursue him for desertion. In September 2018, he was found guilty and sentenced to 45 days in military jail. After losing his appeal, he was given his sentence a month later. Hughes was dishonorably discharged from the military after facing the repercussions of his actions from 35 years prior. Disappearing once more. Following the conclusion of his service, Hughes vanished once more. After being discharged from the Air Force, he did as he pleased. Hughes' siblings, who had worried about him since he went missing in 1983, never came forward publicly in the years after he was located. His arrest resulted in his wife's divorce, which occurred 2 months later. She was unable to accept his true identity after learning it from him. Reappearing after an apparent absence, Hughes then disappeared once more. S58 reports that his current whereabouts are unclear as of August 2022. The soldier who went missing from the Air Force in 1983 is lost in the wind again, and this time maybe for good. If you haven't already, please do like and share the video with your friends and family so we can bring more amazing and informative videos for you guys. Until next time, take care.